We moved from being individuals to become media channels. People are the new channels. And I think a lot of organizations are not focusing on that element of their people becoming the new challenge, the new channels. The transformation happened where people are more feeling driven versus need driven. The feeling has been tapped into more and more with content.
Right.
You wouldn't be surprised from the executive we meet how much that is real. Imposter syndrome, people connect more with authentic story than well-polished content.
Yeah, rather use a phone instead of, two 4K cameras to do your business. This is Ryan Leary. I am here with Roy. We're going to talk about branding and storytelling and the importance of storytelling.
Yes.
So bring us into your world, Roy. Introduce
Ryan.
yourself and let's do it.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm the CEO of Digital Recam Communication. We handle organizations trying to grow their brand and executives who want to look good online.
Okay.
I've been in this space for about 10 years, and we've been a proud SHRM partner for about 5 to 6 years. We help build the executives, work with the brand and the brand content. I've been in this space totally for about more than a decade and a half. My background was media consulting with the Gallup and Goose Allen, and also the World Bank.
Got it. Okay. So decade and a half, when you started, where was brand versus today?
So think for the whole story. I'll tell you a little story about how I got started. It was 2006. I was studying in Lebanon, and I was accepted to do a leadership program in Athens. I got on a flight. I landed in Athens. It turns out I was the last plane to leave Lebanon because the war got started.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, I couldn't go anywhere, and I got one semester scholarship to go to school in Missouri. I got on the flight. I landed in Missouri. I'm walking out of the airport. I see a sign, "Welcome, Roy." It turns out people from the school knew my story and went to pick me up from the airport, not even knowing me. And I decided to stay in US, but I couldn't get loans. I couldn't get scholarships. I had to figure out a way
Right.
to pay for my undergrad. So in my mind, how can I reach the most amount of people in the least amount of time? In 2006, I did a blog with my story, put a PayPal account, and started a fundraising campaign. That did really well, and I raised about $35,000 to pay off my undergrad. That's when I realized the importance of storytelling and the importance of touch points, the importance of articulating where you're trying to go and who can help you with it.
Right. Right.
And what happens is after that, I graduated, got a job in media for about 10 years. And after that, I moved to Gallup, worked with Gallup in consulting, then Booz Allen. And then I started my own firm because I realized that one thing every organization needs is communication. We moved from being individuals to become media channels.
Right.
People are the new channels. And I think a lot of organizations are not focusing on that element of their people becoming the new challenge,
Mhm.
the new channels. So the idea behind it that instead of just a company always posting, like a banner style or billboards, we have to lean into more of a story. And what's more powerful, the story of the executive, the story of the team members about their interaction with the company,
Right.
what they're working on.
So story brand, I get these ads all the time.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the guy's name, but he's
Don Miller. Yeah.
Yeah, it's story brand. So where are we at with this? Like, what is, so somebody who, I'll use my daughter as an example. She's 18 years old. She wants to get into brand marketing. And she only sees what's online.
That's true.
She sees the influencer marketing, and that in her mind, that's her perception. That is what brand is.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in her
Yeah.
world. Where are we today?
The shift happened when social media became a more of a reality of day-to-day life, where every person now can post something about a product or a service or something they interacted with. So they start embodying the brand with their content.
Yeah.
And as simple as this right now, if you think of the organization SHRM, a lot of ideas come to your head versus here's this podcast from SHRM. You're seeing two people, we're talking about workplace, we're talking about brand, we're talking about content. So I think the way to look at it, where we are today is people are realizing more and more the importance of content creation to tell the story of the brand. And it used to be the day of age where you go to, buy a toothpaste, you don't look at the brand. Now, because of some influencer, somebody posted content, walk you through it, it's authentic, it was real. You're like, you know what, let me give it a shot.
Yeah.
So the transformation happened where people are more feeling driven versus
Right.
need driven. The feeling has been tapped into more and more with content.
Right. So let's talk about the executive. So you're working with the executive team at SHRM.
Correct.
And you're helping to build their brands.
Yeah.
what does that look? So we're familiar with recruitment branding and branding within recruiting for talent acquisition.
Correct.
What does that look like when you're working with an executive? I'm sure there's a whole different
Yeah.
process.
So we have about 30 different executives from different organizations to help manage their brand and grow their executive voice and executive
Yeah.
positioning. And I always say the process is you have to have a point or stand or position. So many executives come to us, but if they are not willing to have a thought on the industry, position,
Mm-hmm.
statement, be a thought leader, be provoking, be pushing the envelope on the ideas, it's very difficult to build a brand. And
Right.
then you go to like what type of content the executive is comfortable with. Are they more on a video? Are they on the writing, on the infographic? Are they
Right.
design? Are they communication? What's their communication style? And we break it down. Where's your target audience spending their time? So think if you want to be a thought leader related to food, I wouldn't go on LinkedIn.
No,
Be on Instagram,
you're gonna be
or maybe
Instagram.
TikTok,
Yeah.
right? But if you want to be in terms of workplace, leadership, any other industry, LinkedIn is number one. Then maybe you go to Substack to be more on the longer form. Maybe you go
Sure.
on YouTube, like Mr. Beast kind of style. So it depending on why I believe this. Here's a key. I think there's a lot of people who are less qualified than the executives putting content online and being recognized for what
Yeah.
those executives are subject matter expert in.
And is this because and this fascinates me? Is that because they don't care what people think, and the executives do?
In what sense? What do you mean by that?
Well, so if I go on and I'm talking about how to I'll just use the food example, how to cook a chicken parm.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna slop the chicken up. I'm gonna do what I do. But if I'm an executive chef, well, I have
Yeah,
I have a standard to uphold,
that's right.
and so I overthink it. My creation process is much different, much higher production value. Is that really the difference?
So there's the analysis paralysis and there's a syndrome. I forgot what it's called. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't think you're qualified enough to do it. I've
Imposter syndrome.
imposter syndrome.
Hmm.
You would be surprised from the executive we meet how much that is real.
Yeah. Oh,
And
absolutely.
and part of it is that I always say, like, you've spent half of your life doing this. You are more qualified than anybody. I'm sure you have processes, you have system, you have best practices. And think of it this way, it's always the 80-20 rule. They're thinking, oh, that anybody can do it, but no, it's the 20% in your expertise that makes you
Right.
worth listening to.
Right.
So to your point, yes, it's the fear of stepping into the imposter syndrome. It has to be perfect. But in reality, think of it this way: people connect more with authentic story than
Yeah.
well-polished content.
Yeah,
We
rather
see it,
use a phone
yeah,
instead of two 4K cameras to do your business.
exactly. We see it online all the time. Like
Yeah.
when we run ads for our customers, whenever there's a face, it outperforms everything related to like brand assets.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whenever there's a person that looks authentically produced, authentically real, like
Yeah.
authentically professional, we call it, it just gets us better performance because nobody wants to be sold to.
No.
Neither you, neither I. So the
Mm.
idea is I want to connect with you on like, okay, here's where we're trying to go. Here's how I solved it.
Yeah.
And the common mistake that I tell you on this people make is they think of the executive content or the brand content to be posting about the product or service. In reality, people are on social media to be entertained, to be educated, to be
Yeah.
empowered, to get exposed, to get to
Yeah.
know what's
Oh,
going on.
absolutely. Yeah.
They don't care if you have a conference, but if you tell me here's what the conference is about, I might care.
I might care. Yeah. No, we did. So we interviewed Sean Nelson. This is a long time ago now. Who's the founder and CEO of Lovesac, the furniture company.
Yeah.
He's got a podcast. He also does his own social media, but he never pushes Lovesac. He's just talking about, he does like the 20, let me save you 25 years, his book, and it's about leadership mistakes that he's made. So he talks about those, and that genuinely just naturally leads you into, oh, well, he wrote a book. Oh, he likes to go dirt biking. Oh, look at this.
See?
He's the founder of Lovesac, this billion-dollar organization.
Yeah.
And now you're, oh, I have a Lovesac by me. Now you're spending $5,000 on a couch.
There we go.
Right. It's and I think a lot of he does really well with that. A lot of founders or executives, they forget that. They go
Yep.
right into sales mode.
On top of it, Ryan, think where we're going. Here's the future. Where you're gonna see not only the executives, every single team member is gonna be a content creator for your brand.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Cisco just invested about, I think, 80. They trained 80,000 people in their team to become LinkedIn influencer.
Right.
So think of a level where every team member you have, when you have your people are becoming your new channels.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
the one posting content about here's a day in our life, here's a day in life of the intern. My whole
Right.
session at SHRM today was how to empower your team members to become a content creator so you can embody the brand and then have the brand be more and more vocal.
Yeah.
And think of it this way: if you have, let's say, 500 people, if let's say 100 of them posted one post a month, that's 100 posts about a brand.
Then you're good.
Yeah.
Rory, this has been amazing.
Thank you, Ryan.
I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and if people would like to connect more, follow me on LinkedIn, ROYABDO, and I post frequent content, and I look forward to see you all again.